The Creatine Deep Dive. Unlocking your cellular. Powerhouse Creatine is the most researched, safest, and most effective supplement on the market. Yet, despite its decades of proven science, its mechanism is often oversimplified in the gym and misunderstood by the general public. To truly understand creatine, we must move beyond "it gives you energy" and examine its role at the cellular level, where it governs your ability to produce rapid, explosive power. The first principle, creatine as your cellular rapid-fire reserve. To grasp how creatine works, we must first understand the body's primary energy currency, adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Every muscular contraction, every nerve impulse, and every thought is powered by cleaving a phosphate group from an ATP molecule, which converts it to ADP, adenosine diphosphate. When you are performing high-intensity, short-burst exercise like a heavy set of squats or a powerful sprint, your body relies on the ATP-phosphocreatine, ATP-PCr system. Creatine's role, the high-speed ATP recharge creatine, which is stored in the muscle tissue as phosphocreatine, PCR, is the rapid-fire solution for regenerating ATP. The crisis. During a heavy lift, ATP is rapidly depleted and ADP builds up. Your body needs to convert ADP back to ATP instantly to power the next rep, the reserve. This is where PCR steps in. PCR donates its phosphate group to the waiting ADP molecule, instantly converting it back into a fully charged ATP molecule. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme creatine kinase, as detailed in texts like Creatine and Creatine Kinase in Health and Disease. The result? By increasing the amount of readily available PCR via supplementation, you extend the amount of time you can work at maximal effort. This means you can get an extra rep or two on your heavy sets, which directly translates into greater mechanical tension, the primary signal for muscle growth. In essence, creatine doesn't create energy. It allows you to recharge your high-powered energy batteries, ATP, faster than your body can consume them during peak effort. Moving beyond the water. Myth: cellular volumization. The first myth many people encounter is the fear that creatine causes simple, subcutaneous bloating, water retention under the skin. This is a critical misconception to debunk. Cell volumization, an anabolic signal as stated in Essentials of Creatine in Sports and Health. The process by which creatine draws water is called cell volumization, osmotic gradient. Creatine is an osmotically active substance. When it enters the muscle cell, it draws water with it to maintain cellular balance. The anabolic effect? The swelling of the muscle cell is not just cosmetic. It is recognized by the cell as an anabolic signal. A fuller cell is a safer cell, signaling a mechanical state that stimulates muscle protein synthesis, MPS, and inhibits muscle breakdown, catabolism. The net effect. This intracellular water retention supports hydration during exercise, enhances the nutrient environment, and creates the ideal state for growth. This is fundamentally different from the puffy look associated with subcutaneous bloating. The cutting edge, influencing muscle genes. Emerging research moves creatine's benefits even further upstream, suggesting it influences genetic signaling related to growth. Myostatin reduction. Myostatin is a protein that acts as a negative regulator of muscle growth. It puts the brakes on how big your muscles can get. Some studies have shown that creatine supplementation may help to reduce or inhibit myostatin levels, effectively releasing the brakes on your muscle-building potential. Gene expression. Creatine can influence the expression of specific genes and growth factors, like IGF-1, that are crucial for muscular hypertrophy, muscle growth. The Great Creatine Debate. Types and the gold standard. The supplement market is flooded with various types of creatine, each promising to be better, cheaper, or less bloating than the last. This is the ultimate myth-busting opportunity. The gold standard. Creatine monohydrate, CM. Creatine monohydrate is the original form, a creatine molecule bound to a water molecule. With over 30 years of research confirming its safety, bioavailability, and efficacy, It is the gold standard by which all others are judged. It is nearly 100% absorbed by the body. All proven benefits of creatine, both athletic and cognitive, are based on this form. CM is the best choice for virtually everyone, offering proven results at the lowest cost. The alternatives and their verdict: creatine, HCl, hydrochloride. This form is claimed to be more soluble in water, supposedly requiring a smaller dose and reducing gastrointestinal distress. However, clinical research does not show superior muscle uptake compared to CM. It is significantly more expensive per effective dose. Creatine Ethyl Ester, CEE. This form was a highly marketed attempt to improve absorption. Verdict: it is completely debunked. Studies show CEE is highly unstable and rapidly breaks down into inactive creatinine in the stomach before reaching the muscle. It is less effective than monohydrate. Buffered creatine, Crealkaline. This version combines creatine with an alkaline powder, claiming the buffer reduces stomach acid breakdown and prevents bloating. Verdict: research shows no significant difference in muscle absorption, effectiveness, or side effects compared to monohydrate. The claims are driven by marketing, not superior in vivo science. The first principle of supplement selection. The effectiveness of a supplement is determined by the amount that reaches the target tissue. Monohydrate does this efficiently and cheaply. The alternative forms are primarily expensive marketing efforts that do not supersede the original's proven track record. Creatine for the brain, the mind spark. Angle. The cellular mechanism that powers your muscles, the rapid ATP recharge, also applies to the most metabolically demanding organ in your body, the brain. Creatine for cognitive performance is a huge emerging area of study, detailed in texts like Creatine Supplementation for Health and Clinical Diseases. The cognitive benefits: high energy tasks. Creatine stores are concentrated in areas of the brain that rely on rapid energy, ATP, for function, such as the prefrontal cortex. Supplementation provides a mind spark that enhances performance on tasks requiring quick thinking, sustained attention, and short-term memory. Sleep deprivation. Research shows creatine can significantly mitigate the negative effects of sleep loss on cognitive function, helping to preserve memory, reaction time, and processing speed. Vegetarians, vegans. Since creatine is found primarily in meat, individuals following plant-based diets often have lower brain creatine levels. For them, supplementation often results in more dramatic improvements in memory and cognitive processing. Cognitive dosing. The effective dose is the standard daily 3-5 g of creatine monohydrate. The long-term consistent dose is the key to full brain saturation. Pertaining question: given that creatine works by maximizing the short-burst ATP-PCr system, and not through chronic energy, how does the daily, consistent 3-5 g dose benefit an endurance athlete, like a marathon runner, whose primary energy system is aerobic, not anaerobic?